Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, the sweltering heat is now crippling poultry production on small farms island-wide weeks before the chickens mature.
This evening, we hear how one farmer lost 100 chickens in one day and how others have been suffering.
As Kalisha Williams reports, there are concerns that chicken sales island-wide could be affected.
Farmers in Fraser's Contents in Catherine fighting a losing battle with nature.
When I went in the Kubase, a lot of them died.
Rising temperatures have been taking out their chickens by the hundreds. Moisha Salmon operates this farm with her father. She explained how poultry production has been impacted by the heat just a week before the chickens matured.
100 died one night, and then I find 15, 10. A lot of losses because of the heat.
The carnage took place Tuesday night, and of the over 300 chickens that were in the coop, just over 100 are left. So far, the loss is estimated at about $240,000. And the situation is still bleak. It is clear that these chickens are also clinging to life.
Concern about them for them reach near for kill and them not reach the size because of the heat. They can also lessen the growth.
In Kitson Town, St. Catherine, farmers are also closely monitoring their coops to see if the chickens are suffering from heat stress. Since last week, this farmer said she lost over 60 chickens.
It is not a good feeling because to lose them, and you know that it's not something that you can get them back.
Then from the farm to the farm store.
Too much complaints. People tend to ask what them can get for cover heat stress as a medication. I tell them you don't have any medication for that. It's just the ventilation. You know, people give them ice water. People give them fans.
Operator of WT Feeds, Wayne Thomas, says he has started to feel the ripple effect of poultry losses in St. Catherine. In fact, he said some of his customers, mostly small-scale farmers, say they are planning to reduce their poultry stock as the temperature rises.
Fewer birds is fewer everything. Is fewer feed, fewer medication, fewer everything. So it's terrible. It impacts business a lot. And when it goes like that, I mean, even sometimes you have a chicken shortage.
Now, for larger farms like this one with sophisticated ventilation systems, despite the rising temperature, the mortality rate is much lower. In fact, these fans you're seeing behind me, they're actually pulling the hot air from the coop. But small farmers simply cannot afford it.
Plenty money for them, so we have to just see if we find somebody who have a fan that they've been using that is a little older.
But can warmer temperatures really kill the chickens at such an alarming rate? Veterinarian at the High Pro Farm Store, Dr. Kirk Michael Harris, explained how heat affects chickens.
What you're going to find is that heat of digestion, the feed that is being digested is going to really increase the core body temperature of the bird. And just imagine that being combined with the heat from the sun that we're experiencing, the heat that comes from the litter, because the bacteria will be working on some of that litter that's there, and you can have heat coming up, as well as the general heat, the convective heat inside of the house itself. And even the heat, in other words, heat coming from your other birds that are neighbors.
Also, he said during heat stress, the broiler birds will get smaller. Layers will produce smaller eggs and eggshells get thinner. As for the way forward, he said the small-scale farmers who cannot afford the large industrial fans and monitoring systems should try not to overcrowd the coops, ensure the wind can easily pass through with all four corners meshed and at least 8 feet tall.
Strategic in our feeding. So in the hotter part of the day, we want to remove that amount of feed. So we feed earlier, we give vitamins throughout the day, and we feed later. Or some people do what they call night feeding.
Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.